Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever. It is episode 100. Finally, a special episode, as it means the channel is returning, as I had a little bit of a hiccup in the internet department. Yes, it decided it didn't want to be internet anymore. One day before the 100th episode live stream, which obviously had to be cancelled, I did not take that too well, as I'd been planning it for 2 weeks. The internet company I'm subscribed to decided to let me down at the last second. Further investigation, it's not entirely their fault, although it was kind of. I don't know. It just wasn't a good time after all the promises they made me. What happened? Well, for those that have... There's a plane in the background. Here we go. Off to a good start. First off, though, before I get into that, I'm going to keep it kind of brief, but I believe I should explain why I vanished for a month. Oh, look, the signals are going. That's brilliant. I chose here because it's going to be rather busy. We have a lot of services running through this area now, heading towards the power station. Where's it? Let's take a quick look at the power station. There we go. They've got new textures on. A few things have changed, in fact. And anyway, back to what I was talking about on the internet. So yes, the day before I was due to do the live stream, the internet turned absolutely awful. It took about 14 hours, roughly, to try and get a video up, which then subsequently failed miserably once it was uploaded. I guess it was corruption. That would be my thinking. So what happened was, where I live is in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Texas. I couldn't have chosen a more remote area for everything other than internet, though it is lovely. My options for internet connection are Wi-Fi, and the technology, the best technology out here is 4G LTE for that currently. There is a slow rollout of 5G. So hopefully that will arrive at some time, but that's not the case at the moment, so I've got to live with what I've got. I believe I can hear a plane in the background. That's awesome. So 5G is miles off. Can't think about that. But 4G LTE is the best, and it's about a town of 6,500 people. Not massive, but if my internet is using Wi-Fi, so is everybody else's, or most people that are connected anyway, except for a few lucky souls who live in the middle of town, as it were. It's a road. That's the middle of town. And so yes, but thousands of people are using the airwaves, which introduces random interference as people change their frequency. I don't want to go into too much detail. Like this is not a technology channel, that's for sure. I did do a lot of research and try to figure out how I could rectify the problem, and that leads me to me talking to the ISP for about 2 weeks, trying to figure out a way we could get over this, or around it, or at least make it not as bad. So I spent some money on a new connection, an overpowered connection that should hopefully punch through all the interference when it arises. That's the plan. More money going out. I don't mind. It's worth it. I've missed doing this. I really have. I've missed you guys. I've missed the comments. We've got a way around it, sort of, hopefully. I am going to make do with whatever internet I end up with, though, because there's no point beating myself up about it. That's the decision I've come to. If I've got to work with slow internet, I've got to work with slow internet. I took it completely wrong. Here comes a little class 101, chugging away. No, it doesn't chug, does it? Ooh, look, it's been overtaken by a 125 on the fast line. Isn't that nice? And it politely stops before the crossing. Not that that matters in Transport Fever. That's a way it'll go. What it might do, actually. We don't have any cars down here at the moment. So yeah, that's where I've been. I've still been working hard on the channel behind the scenes, but mainly getting it back up and running so that I could get videos up. I don't know how long it's going to take this video to go up, but I'm hoping the interference isn't too bad. what happens is with interferences, the tower keeps requesting the same information, or YouTube will keep requesting the same information back. I don't know why I'm going into this. This is going to end up as a technical episode, and I'm not prepared for that. What I am prepared for is to take a look at the map again, because for me it has been a month. I've not touched it, well, except a few days ago. Was it a week? I don't know. I sat and selfishly looked around the map and enjoyed some train rides and stuff. So that happened because I had to test out a new motherboard and CPU. So at least if the internet is letting me down, upgrading to a much better PC. It's an i9 900K, 900K, lots of numbers, and it seems to work well with Transport Fever. Transport Fever tends to lean more onto your CPU than it does graphics card, and likewise the core frequency. We're just getting more and more technical. This is not that channel, is it? It's supposed to be doing pretty things, Grand. I do have a cup of tea, so I'm set. A few changes are going to have to come. We're going to zoom out. Let's bring up the UI, actually. Let's bring up everything how it was once upon a time. We are in June. We're in June 1981. I have loads of mods installed. It was the other thing. I was due to start the channel back up sooner, and then that didn't load. There was a few mod issues that I had to rectify, and a bit of corruption as well. Got all that sorted. Got the internet sort of working. Hopefully it'll get better. I'm still waiting on them to deliver the new part and install it. However, that was due to some major flooding in Houston, which you can't blame anybody for, can you? Now that happened. Lots of delays, and there's the power station. I'm not sure about these. I mean, it'll do, right? It's a power station. That's all we need. It can't be 100% accurate. We do have some things to fix soon, but I should talk about the schedule. Yeah, it was always Sunday and Thursday. That's not going to change. I'm gonna work my socks off to make sure that they upload for then. I don't know how long it's going to take, guys. I really don't. It could be. It's intermittent. What I've got to do is take the lowest and kind of plan for that. That seems the best way about this, and not get stressed if it all goes pear-shaped, which inevitably it will, just the way the technology works. There's our little buses. Now, I do remember before we get into the new schedule, before we left, I believe there was like a new... How do we play? How do you even play this? I do remember, sort of. We want the line, don't we? No, don't change the line. Help, guys, I really don't know. I really don't know. Yes, I do. Replacements. Anyway, we had a new bus pop up and a motorbike. Why is there a motorbike in there? What is that all about? I don't understand that, but there we go. That's fun. We have the MAN SL192. We didn't get to change too many buses into this, so I'm looking forward to doing that. We should be able to get some more of these on. I want to keep these as the little shuttles, as that's primarily what they were the last time I checked. We have an intercity going by. Let's sit here for a second. So then, the new schedule. Yeah, I'm going to keep it Thursday and Sunday, as always, because everybody was used to that. Why not keep it the same? I'm used to that. I want it to get back to relative normality at least. But what we need to understand is, what I need to understand is, thank you, and not get stressed over, is if it doesn't get uploaded in time, then I just have to deal with that. And I just hope you all can understand that I'm dealing with a bit of a technological snafu. Let's go over here. I noticed something when I was testing the map that I've not rectified. I did rectify it once and I forgot to save it. But we're going to go down here. Where are we? Barrow upon Soar and Sileby. Yeah, we're in between those. And this junction here has proved a bit of an issue. Oh, before I do this, the videos are going to be shorter. That's going to help me kind of avoid too many issues if it doesn't upload properly. Half the time YouTube's quite good and you can continue, but if there's some bizarre corruption from interference, which shouldn't happen but somehow it did, I'm not going to dwell on it. I am dwelling. Yes, I'm going to keep dwelling, no doubt. And I'm going to keep them a little shorter, 45 minutes. That should be entertaining, because you know I like to overrun, but I've got to look at it like this is some sort of TV show, right? They don't, you don't watch, say, EastEnders and one day they go, well, you know, we're overrun. It's going to be 15 minutes longer, randomly. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more punctual, as it were. Both for uploading, if I go with the lowest denominator, it should be fine. And for recording. I'll record about an hour instead of an hour and a half, and then I can edit that down to 45 minutes. We'll see how that runs. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I know you're losing 15 minutes, but hey, you're gaining my sanity, possibly. What are we doing? We're fixing this. Yes. If you look down here, or did I fix it and save it? Please say I actually fixed it and saved it. No, there it is. It's this one here. Look at that. 31 miles an hour. Now, do we have a train coming by? We can get an idea of what's going on there. Hopefully we do. Yes, we do. We have a... What is that? The London St Pancras to Nottingham. East Midlands trains, which I know is no longer East Midlands trains. Is it East Midlands Railway? I've done no research. I just want to get today's episode up and get the channel back running. Get me back up and running, because I'm a bit rusty. I don't know what any of these buttons do. As I point to the Stream Deck and my keyboard. Yes. And I do know what most of them do. Alright then. Where's this example? This side is fine. It's just this one side on the fast lane is playing in the background. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, it's all coming back to me. We are going to get on with that Walsall build as well shortly. Now, watch this train. As it approaches, there it goes, slowing down to 31 miles an hour. If we click on it, it's just speeding up. No, it's stuck at 32 miles an hour. You lie. You said it's 31. Whoa. Now this one is fine. That's 27. So how do we fix this? We're going to have to do a bit of track reorganizing. And you'll see the problem. We're going to keep this up, the colours. You are going to be fine there. We're going to have to rebuild this little section. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. I did manage to get it fixed once. It would be about typical, wouldn't it, if I can't fix it anymore. Oh, what do I've got? I've got to say something, haven't I? Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sticking with me for a month. I know there's been no videos going up, but as someone pointed out, there are 400 and something videos now. So hopefully you went back and looked at your favourites, or just took a break from me, which is quite acceptable, isn't it? I by the time things came to an abrupt end or break, they almost came to an end. But I'm not going to keep going on about that. It was a bad decision on my part. It's not coming to an end. I'm going to figure out ways to do this. Not this. Well, this as well. Yes, everything. And yeah, thank you for sticking with me and being there for me. As my Patreons as well. I had to pull that because it's not the channel you subscribe or you were backing originally. It's not the video schedule. I don't know what it's going to be yet. We're going to work on that. I'm going to try and get it up. There's no way I can do 7 though days a week. That's where everything started to go wrong, because I was pushing my internet to the limit. I wasn't pushing me to the limit. I could manage it full time. I took some time off work. I was supposed to say, right, so I've tested full time and that's a possibility in the future. No, what happened was I tested full time. I could do it. Personally, it was a little stressful, but only because of the internet couldn't do it. It could not keep up with me. I've got to knock that on the head for now. However, I'm not completely giving up on the idea. We'll have another test, but I won't get stressed about it. And I'll let you know why I'm testing it and when, rather than just sneakily doing it. It was supposed to be a surprise. That didn't work out too well, did it? How are we doing? There we go. I redrew everything. It slows to 118, which is a little bit better than 32. Was it? 31. Now, the next train that comes through here, will be the 1438 calling at Huntingdon. No, it won't. That doesn't even pass through here, does it? But anyway, let's see. We're going to have a little bit of traffic issues now because most of our trains on this line have been slowing down. But hopefully this guy will continue his run, but I guess we can jump on board. Let's jump on board. We haven't been on board a train this episode. There we go. Nice and steady through there. We fixed it. But as you can see up ahead there, we are catching up with the other service because he had to slow down for the iffy bit of track laying that we had going on. Lovely. Let's let him catch up then. Our signalling should space them out. Talking of which, I do want to check that I've been keeping up with the signalling. We do have to do some work down. This is okay, isn't it? Yeah. That should be okay. I did this, didn't I? The previous episode. Yes, I did. Yes. We tidied all that up. It's looking a bit better now. Or is it? Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on there. That could be a... No, let's leave these as semaphores for a little bit. It's kind of nice. We've still got lots of detailing to do down here. And we've actually got to rework this. If you can see, it's a little bit wonky and it's a little bit up and down on the old gradient there, which isn't how it should be. Hopefully our trains are going to be okay here. We might need to fix it. This is only temporary, as what's going to happen is I don't think there's many trains that are going to stop here. Probably a stopper of some sort. I don't know which one it is yet. But there's no point figuring that out until we head... Where are we heading? We're heading that way, aren't we? It's Kettering. Yeah, I believe we take a little swing round to Kettering and head off that way, because this is still... Yeah, this is the Midland main line. But I do want to correct this. We could possibly do it now, because it goes downhill. They reworked the station. If you remember, our first iteration was the old station. I'm hoping this is a little closer to the new station. However, some of the track afterwards, I believe, was also tidied up and doesn't drop down quite as much as it does here. Should we do that now? Do you know what? Let's do it. Let's tidy things up because it kind of goes up and down and up and down. I think at this point we could make it a little smoother. Wasn't planning on this. I was just going to go and take a look around the map, but you guys might not have missed it as much because you went and watched some of it. However, if you're like me and you haven't watched back any episodes, then this will all be a refresher. Now, what I think we can do is sort of mirror the changes made. Ignore it for now. What sort of angle does that give us? Well, I see what's happening there. We've got kind of a dip there. So we can't do that. But we can maybe... Right, let's see if I can remember how to use this. We can maybe shift down. So we have an embankment going on. And then, because we don't really need a big bridge there. We can keep it fairly decent. Yeah, okay. That looks a little better, a little smoother, and possibly a little more like the new setup is. We do slow down still, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. Alright, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that. Let's get that in. Let's put in some signals, because we do need a bit of spacing at the moment. Where do we have signals? Just there. They're going to be one way, and we're going to space out our trains quite nicely. We can have this one a little shorter, I think, on this bend. And one here. And one there. So, Transport Fever 2, guys. Did anybody see that they beta applications went out and have been? And it's now closed and they're making their decisions. I don't know if I'm getting in. I believe it's just random. Even if you're making videos for Transport Fever, I would imagine there is a little difference for the bigger YouTubers such as Colonel Failure and Skystorm. Those guys have been doing it for years. I've I've been doing it only for a year and a half now. That's what this episode was supposed to be, wasn't it? It was a celebration of a year and a half of me doing Transport Fever. This episode is not a year long. That would be the opposite of me shortening the episodes a touch. Could you imagine a year-long episode? How's that going to work? But yes, I have been doing this series for a year. Whole year. That's unbelievable. We started out so a year ago. It would have been a year ago last month. but yes, things happened. Let's not get upset about it as I feel a tear. No, I completely got over it, guys. I had to just take a step back, look at myself, look at what I'm doing, and look at what's available to me, technology-wise. That's why I brought a new... It was kind of retail therapy. That's why I brought an i9 9900K would sound better. Where are you going, sir? Do what? Sir? I don't... Could you, not? What's he doing? We've got an issue there, haven't we? Where's he going? What have I done? No, I think because I deleted it and where he was on the track... I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, because I deleted it and he was doing some things... We're going to have to just turn him around. That might work though, right? Because we had a spacing issue. Please don't follow him. Don't do the same thing. Could you... There we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, it wouldn't be Transport Fever if I didn't mess it up. At some point during an episode. There we go. I think we're sorted. Now, we're going to have to be very careful about what they're doing here because we have some length issues. Some of our trains are a little bit too long for this junction-y thing here, which I believe does exist. This does exist. Except it's only there for us because we don't have any more Midland Main Line after it just yet. We're going to do Walsall first. That'll be me getting back into... Oh, we did put a bunch of buses on. Okay. I stand corrected. I thought we had new buses up here. Ooh, now I'm confused. It might have been trucks, actually. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, we've got to make sure that these trains behave. I guess we could come and look at that at a later date. So far, he's doing okay. How do you like the new cornering? How does it look on board? It's still got a little bit of an elevation change. I'm down with that. Let's hope it has. An elevation change. I don't mind the little bits of dirt. We've still got lots of scenery to do. So, Transport Fever 2, yes. Could I get more distracted? Nothing's changed there. You'll be pleased to know, for those that enjoy me swipping and swapping. I believe that was a term I used to use. Yeah, Transport Fever 2. I've applied, you'll be pleased to know, because I was intending to come back. Let's see if he messes this up. I was intending to come back sooner. Obviously, we had a few issues beyond the internet. And I don't know whether you're going into the right one. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yes, so I've applied. If I get in... Here's the thing, right? Even if I do get accepted into the beta, there's nothing I can say about it, really. I don't even know whether I'll be able to say that I've even got accepted. So you won't be able to see anything for the closed beta. It's under I believe I was going to say DNA. Yes, it's under DNA. That's not quite the right term, is it? NDA is what you want. Correct letters. What we're doing here, we've got a bit of a snarl up. No, two different services. We've got the short service and the long service. You can actually go in there, couldn't you? Do what you want. Well, yeah, you could. Maybe I change yours. Go into... Oh, let's not mess it all up. I'll do that before episode 101. Because we are going to have a 101. I'm going to get this episode up, hopefully, for Saturday. I know it's a bit weird. It won't be Sunday. And then there'll be an episode Thursday, which will give me a bit of time to get all into it and prepared. I've got to do the whole editing side of it. It might go up Sunday. No, you can tell me in the comments. When did it go up, guys? That's bizarre because I'll know. Anywho, yes. So I have applied for the beta. And if I don't get in, I'll be a little upset. Yes, true. But so will everybody who doesn't get in. So I'll be in the same boat as you guys. And we'll still visit Transport Fever 2 when it comes out. And I'll just be as new and fresh as at the game as you guys will. So either way, whichever way it goes, let's not get down, and I'll try not to get upset. There won't be an episode where I just hit record and cry for 45 minutes. That's what we're going for, isn't it? 45 minutes now. Goodness me. Which is fine when I'm doing stuff like this and I'm just getting into the swing of things. What won't be fine is when I've got lots to do, which we should go back over to where we were working, which is Walsall. Or the approach to Walsall, anyway. Oh, where's that? That's not Walsall. We're right over here, aren't we? Sutton Coldfield. No, I believe that is the Cross City line. There we go. We got this far into Walsall. The station is going to be about here. It's going to be a little bit of a build. Talking of a little bit of a build. If we... Bit of lag. It's still caching. I might not have done that. Actually, you can turn these off and it's a little bit smoother. You'll see. I've also got this setting. I don't ever show you this, but I've got shadows to high. If you turn it to medium and the geometry to medium, look, it gives you a little bit of smoothness. I should possibly do that while I'm not doing any fancy fancy detailing or cab rides, because it matters not, does it? You can't really tell the difference. There's some 101s pulling in there. Yeah, if we go to New Street, you remember how terrible this was on my old setup. It's not too bad now, guys, once you get in here and it's cached a little bit. I'll hide the UI. Look at that. It's kind of smooth, isn't it? We should really replace these signals. I need to do that. I do need to do that. Should we replace them now and then we're done? Oh, that scares me. Do you know, that really scares me. Although they should be on platform assignments, so it shouldn't have an effect. I'm relieved to get back up and recording because I was completely raw at it when I first hit record. It didn't go so well. I made some boo-boos, mainly hitting end recording. Yeah, it is. Welcome back. I say that though, I was doing that when I'd been recording for ages. Isn't this nice and smooth? What a difference a new CPU makes. I'm also changing when I record. No more getting up at stupid hours to record. What I used to do is get up at like 11 o'clock at night to record and then try and get it all done before stupidly loud vehicles were going by my house. But then I started looking at more YouTubers and they deal with it. Just deal with it. So I'd rather have a strange edit and just say there was a stupidly loud vehicle that went by, just like them. That's why I'm talking about that. So I'm making adjustments. I'm going to try and just make this work. There we go. Class 313, or as I like to call them, 321s. Which they're not. There's the lovely door sound. That's a superb model. I love it. I love the sound. I love the model itself. The texturing is amazing. And away she goes. Beautiful. So yes, what are we doing? Next week. It'll be Thursday. I'm definitely gonna restart 101 on Thursday. And by definitely, I mean definitely, maybe, possibly. No, I am really gonna. This is it. This is the restart of the channel. It's coming back. It's only been a month though. It's only been a month. It feels much longer. A month isn't the longest time. Since it's the only real break I've had from the channel, other than the last time. But I came back too quick. I knew that would bite me. Some of you said so as well. You were like, Grand, you're coming back too quick. You should take a bit more time. But I will say, this is boring shot, isn't it? What were we even looking at there? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do you know what? Yeah, Wolverhampton. Is this Wolverhampton? It is Wolverhampton. Look at that. We haven't been here in a while, especially up in the station. We probably have. It was probably last week. For anybody that... or the last episode. For me, you've got to remember, it's been a month, so... I can't remember where we've been. Well, obviously, we've been everywhere on the map. How much have we got to do, and can I get it done? There's going to be a bit of crossover, obviously. I think that's the best way to do it. And not only then, we'll get some good comparisons, right? To start with. That's not a bad idea. We get sort of how things were in Transport Fever and how they are in Transport Fever 2. And try and see what's improved or what could be improved. Who knows? It might just... they might knock it out of the park on day one. Which will be lovely. But we can't expect that. Things do... are not to everybody's liking all of the time. Well, you can't please everybody anyway, can you? That'd be silly. So yes, welcome back, guys. I hope this has been... it's been a bit of a strange one, hasn't it? This has been me just talking about trying to get back online for nearly 45 minutes. No, we did fix some things and we saw a plane or two. And some trains and cars in the background. Yes, there we go. There's no trains here, are there? There are no trains. There's quite a delay between them. Which is okay because we do have more services to put on here. At the moment, this is acting as a terminus, which it is not usually. We are running straight through eventually. All of what we're doing now is actually concentrating on the Wolverhampton-Walsall area. Because we need to connect this back up. It's going to run down here. We have giant sidings to do. We've got a lot of projects still to do. A lot of projects. I might have to do a little bit more detailing away from recording. Just so I can keep the uploads to 45 minutes. Just for now. Just so I can get my my bearings with the current internet situation. But after that, what is this? Don't know. Sure, it's a thing. Don't look at it now because you'll get confused. What is that? Oh, I know what that is. That's where the power station's going to be that is being ripped down. Yeah, I forgot about this. This is lovely. I didn't forget. I didn't lovely. I like that. I'm hoping they build some houses down there. That'd be nice. This is it Rugeley? It is indeed Rugeley. Yeah, we've got Rugeley B. I believe that we're putting in. Even though it's being ripped down, we're going to put it in. Because that's... I guess we could kind of go from everything our map was. At the time I started, a year and a half ago. No, that's silly. We should make changes if it makes sense, shouldn't we? And we should do some things like the proposed routes they have, except for HS2, because that's all up in the air at the moment. We can do this route. We can finish that off and make it active. We can do this route as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. There we go, guys. That has been a return to Transport Fever. We're not done yet, are we? No, we're not. You know what we could do? We could look for some... there's a plane. We could look for some buses that need some love and attention. Because we do have... we did have... maybe I upgraded them. We did have some of those double-deckers, didn't we? Still running. Which are... definitely not 80s buses. I mean, no, I think we possibly... how do we find out? Do you know what? It would help if you had the UI up. And then you can... let's have a look at the lines. Do we have... what do we want? Buses. Or that's not buses, is it? Road vehicles. We still have those. The Mercedes-Benz... they could possibly be changed, couldn't they? I mean, I was going to say I don't want them all the same, but let's face it. We've got trucks to do. So we don't have any double-deckers. We do still need to put a lot of bus routes in. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Where is that? I really took my time there. We've got new trains. We've got a BR Class 47 Rail Express Systems. That's a freight train, right? And a BR Class 09 Rail Freight. Rail Express Systems. That has to be. I don't remember having this one before. Is that new? It might be new. Goodness. We're gonna have to fit that in somewhere, aren't we? Well, we've still got steamers. They shouldn't be around. There'd be no point having heritage lines if they're actually functioning on the main lines. So yeah, shall we see if we've got any steam trains that need a nice shiny new diesel? And I don't think we should be running freight cars on the back anymore, but we'll get to that. Let's not mess with that. Oh, unless, pause this a second, unless this has the replacement already done. It does. Let's get rid of the brake car, and we could then add another wagon on the back. What are these? Open wagons. I think we have new ones, don't we? Don't replace now, silly sausage. Get that up. Wagons. Didn't we get some new wagons? I believe we did. The freight wagons. We scroll right down. We did. We had some new freight wagons. But where are they? Maybe not. What happened? Oh, there they are. There's some. We've got some new oil tankers, which should really go on. And we've got bigger goods wagons. Yes, we've got new British bogie bolster wagon. Don't remember those. And state cars, they're all new. But what about these open wagons? Do we have any new versions of those? We do. Ooh. Let's not change it just yet. I can't remember which one of those crashed. I don't know whether they still do either, because there's rail freight. Oh, that's just coal. Is that just coal? Don't click on it. I remember him saying that one of those crashed, and I don't know which one it is. So we're not changing it. We're just going to use an open wagon for now. Oh, we got the bigger ones, don't we? English China clays. I don't know which one of these to use. Should we just... Let's just stick... Which ones are they? Just open wagon? Open wagon. Well, they're both named the same. Which ones do we have? It's got to be those, right? It has to be these. From 1910. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's those. Right, what we're going to do then is we're going to get rid of all of these. And we're going to build a new consist, because they didn't have any specific goods, did they? No, they can be anything. Right, that's easy then. We'll have some garish red. 1, 2, 3. We'll have some of the default colour. We're just going to make it 200 meters long. We'll have some nice grey. And then a couple more reds. Just one more red. And then some default. All the way to 205. That should do us. Replace now. Yes. There. We'll take a look at that. We've done something else, guys. We've done something else. Look at the time. Goodness me. I can't help myself, can I? You're going to make this 45 minutes. That's what you're going to do. You're not going to be terrible. Your first episode back, and you get it all extended and nothing what you said you were going to do. So here we go. Got a new train. Where are you turning into? Oh, you stop up here, don't you? This is a nice little area. I love visiting the dirt factories we have going on. There's still a little bit of detailing we can do here. What we don't have is all the countryside filled in. Stuff like that, I'm going to have to find the time to just do bits here and there, and then we can keep taking a look at them. Because definitely... Oh, do we have new trucks? We do. Look at the trucks. I think we've got even newer ones now. We might be able to do something about that. Let's see how you look. Yeah, they're the old ones, aren't they? Yes, the 1910 open wagons. We should have some big meaty ones. Oh my word. Oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Let's see you go by. That's looking better. Oh, I'm all excited again. Excellent. We're going to get right into this. It's going to be like nothing bad ever happened. Except if you're watching it back, you'll be very confused. Oh, doesn't that look the business now? Absolutely does. Oh, I want to appreciate that. Come up here. Well, I want to see it come through the tunnel. Look, we've got our little static ones there. If we see that come through here, this should be nice. Or can we have a look there? They're all there. Pick one, Graham, before we ruin it. Just do it. Leave it alone. Will that look okay? I hope so. Oh, it does, doesn't it? Beautiful Class 47 on the front, and then some new wagons. Oh, you're amazing. It is definitely smoother. I am happy with my purchase. Got a new motherboard as well. Some of you, well, one person, at least one of you asked, why did you go for an i9 with all the fancy new AMD stuff? It's not because I'm a fanboy, that's for sure. I mean, I would have gone for whatever was decent. Or what would suit my needs. However, you'll remember my old system, which my wife now has, was an i5 Intel system. And what this means is I can, if anything does go wrong, touch fake wood. No, it's real wood. It's kind of just got plastic on it. It's one of those desks, isn't it? Not IKEA. I don't know why I'm knocking IKEA for. It's not where I got it from. But anyway, yes, it's MDF. That's what it is. With the coating stuff. Fantastic. Lego for adults. That's what I call them. But you get furniture out of it at the end. So yes, if anything goes wrong, I can pull and swap parts around on my wife's PC, my old PC, and check them. That's why I've gone for the same PC setup, Intel platform. That's what you're looking for, because they use the same socket. I've got a Z370 on there, on my wife's now, which was the one that I recorded all of this series on. But now we're running a Z390 and a i9 9900. Oh, it's good to be back. Have you missed me? I've missed you guys. Should we end it there? I think that's a good, like, it's a beautiful 313 going by really fast. Oh, yes. I'm excited to be back, guys. We're going to get back into building on Thursday. It's going to be the Walsall station build. We're going to get that done, and we're going to extend. This is beautiful. I like it here. We're going to get the station done, and maybe get a little bit further out. What have I got planned? We're going to hook into the rest of Birmingham after Walsall. There's a couple more stations, I believe, that we need to put in. So we'll be doing that. We'll be keeping a close ear to the ground for Transport Fever 2 release dates, maybe. Maybe we'll find out about those soon. That has been it, guys. The 100th episode, a special one for reasons that are different now. That is the return of the Transport Fever and my series. And I am relieved. We'll put this one in the bag, and I'll leave you with some train action at wherever we are. I've literally just spoke about it. Oh dear. Durft. There we go. Daventry International Rail Freight Terminal. I'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope it's been a bit of a weird one. I get it, but I hope it's still been entertaining nevertheless. And we'll get back into the builds on Thursday. That's when episode 101 is. If you're a Machinki fan, you're probably not watching this long into it, but if you are, I might try and bring that back as well. No, I will try and bring it back, but I've not tested it since they brought the trucks in. But there will be some more Train Sim World coming. I'll get those done. Not the newest one that's come out, the new German DLC. We'll skip that. Whatever the next British one is, or American, we'll take a look at those. We'll also take some rides in the ones I do have. So we'll get that back up and running as well, and I'll see what I can do with Machinki. But that's it for Transport Fever. That's been episode 100. Oh, and until next time, which there definitely will be. Take care.